Hello, aspirants. Good day. How are you all? Hope you are doing good. Let's make this day count. We'll be starting with few very important current affairs for this day. Let's not ignore that they form the basis of your examination. They help you to fetch more amount of marks. They'll give you a lot of confidence. They'll build your core. Then what not? Everything they form the major chunk of your preparation. Without wasting time, let's discuss the most important topics. Operation Southern Readiness 26 to Operation Southern Readiness. It is quite important and very honorable position with respect to all India has acquired. It is like Indian Navy is set to host Operation Southern Readiness at the Southern Naval Command Kochi. At Southern Naval Command Kochi, Indian Navy is ready to host Operation Southern Readiness. So once the operation has been conducted, we will be able to know more amount of details regarding this. But as of now, who is conducting at what place and who is hosting that, and again, how many nations are participating in it? It is quite important to know that a 4 day this is a 4 day multinational maritime training exercise with the combined maritime forces under Indian Navy led Combined Task Force 154. Okay, remember this combined maritime forces. So here nearly 40 different nations are participating in that. India is hosting 40 different nations, so which we should be actually proud of. Combined Maritime Forces, multinational maritime partnership comprising more than 40 nations. A training blends classroom instructions, simulator sessions, hands-on exposure aboard naval ships. Okay, so all this we need to remember. Covers maritime law, domain awareness, counter narcotics, force protection, uncrewed maritime systems. It also trains participants in damage control, firefighting, survival at sea, and boarding procedures. So this is all about Operation Southern Readiness 26-2. The most honorable thing with respect to this is Indian government is hosting our Indian Navy at Southern Naval Command Kochi, and 40 different nations are participating in it. Training exercise with combined maritime forces under Indian Naval Combined Task Force 154. So remember this. So there can be a question in the examination. Most probably statement based. Indian Navy has recently hosted Southern Operation Southern Readiness. Consider the following statements. First statement: India and US combinedly has conducted this Operation Readiness. First statement. The second statement probably can be India and 40 different nations have together conducted this operation. So consider which of the following statements are true. One or two, one and two, only two, none of the above. So these statements can be asked in the examination. Be prepared for that. Moving forward, now we have a unique disease which is recorded by United States Center for Drugs Control, Center for Drug Control Institution, Center for Drug Control Institution of United States. US has recorded nearly 1645 confirmed domestic cases of cyclopsoriasis. Cyclopsoriasis. It allows the so what is the reason for this? How it is being impacted, how it is being infected, and economic study. So all these details we need to understand, because once it starts spreading, what happens to the patient and what is a probable cure that we can do, that we will check out. Okay, it is caused by microscopic parasite Cyclospora cyatinensis. Cyclospora cyclospora cyatinensis అనే ఒక మైక్రోస్కోపిక్ పారాసైట్. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ బ్యాక్టీరియా, ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ వైరస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ పారాసైట్. Parasites are different from bacteria as well as virus. Then e parasite Cyclospora cyatinensis causes cyclosporiasis. It spreads via fecal oral route through contaminated food and water. Water కానీ ఫుడ్ కానీ కంటామినేట్ అయితే ఇది మనకి ఇన్ఫెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఇట్ డస్ నాట్ స్ప్రెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ పర్సన్ టు పర్సన్. Unlike COVID which has spread from person to person and disaster cause చేసినట్టు, it doesn't spread from person to person. It is mostly from contaminated contaminated food and water. The common sources include contaminated leafy green herbs, raspberries, and snow peas. So leafy greens, manam tine spinach, palakura, totakura. So all these leafy green vegetables, what we are consuming on daily basis, if they are contaminated with Cyclospora cyatinensis, a person can be affected with cyclosoriasis. Okay, clear? So my main symptoms include frequent explosive water diarrhea along with bloating and fatigue. Fatigue, bloating, water diarrhea, frequent explosive ఇవన్నీ కూడా కాజ్ చేయొచ్చు. క్లియర్? సో బీ క్లియర్ అబౌట్ దాట్ హౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్. ఏది స్ప్రెడ్ చేస్తుంది? పారాసైట్. ఈ పారాసైట్ ద్వారా ఏ పర్సన్కి ఎలా స్ప్రెడ్ అవుతుంది? కంటామినేషన్ ఫుడ్ అండ్ వాటర్ వల్ల వస్తుంది అండ్ నాట్ ఫ్రమ్ పర్సన్ టు పర్సన్. నెక్స్ట్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్రీటబుల్ విత్ 7 to 10 days course of antibiotic trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. Trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. So this is a type of antibiotic which is used in the treatment of cyclosoriasis. In the examination there can be a question. So cyclosoriasis has been recently identified by Center for Drug Control and Prevention by US. So which of the following antibiotic is commonly used to treat cyclosoriasis? Clear? So this can be the exact straightforward statement in the examination. The first option can be penicillin, second option can be azithromycin, third option can be clavum. So whatever antibiotic is available in the market. Fourth option, trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. Okay, so these antibiotic has shown a good result to treat cyclosoriasis. Clear? Is cyclosoriasis clear? Next we will discuss about another topic which is called Lestis paloti. Lestis paloti ante enti anante, so ornithologist ante those who are studying birds. So those who are studying birds have recently discovered a new spread wing damselfly species. New spread wing damselfly species. దాని పేరు ఏంటి అంటే Lestis paloti. Lestis paloti in Kerala's Western Ghats. కేరళలోని వెస్టర్న్ ఘాట్స్లో లెస్టిస్ పలోటి అనే ఒక న్యూ డామ్సెల్ఫ్లైని స్పీసీస్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేశారు. ద ఫస్ట్ న్యూ స్పీసీస్ ఇన్ జీనస్ లెస్టిస్ డిస్క్రైబ్డ్ ఇన్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇండియా సిన్స్ 1987. 1987 నుంచి ఇండియాలో ఫస్ట్ టైం లెస్టిస్కి సంబంధించిన జీనస్. సో జీనస్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, స్పీసీస్ మారుతూ ఉంటుంది కదా. సో ఈ జీనస్ ఏదైతే ఉందో లెస్టిస్కి జీనస్కి సంబంధించిన స్పీసీస్ రీసెంట్గా ఐడెంటిఫై చేశారు. పలోటి ఈజ్ ఏ స్పీసీస్, లెస్టిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ జీనస్. క్లియర్? ఫ్రమ్ 1987 నుండి ఫస్ట్ టైం ఇండియాలో నుండి ఐడెంటిఫై చేశారు. ఇన్హాబిట్స్ scrub vegetation around homesteads and laterite hillock. Often they are away from water. So remember, often they are away from water. So water మీద ఉన్న వాటర్ నుంచి కొంచెం దూరంగా ఉంటాయి అని చెప్పేసి స్టడీస్ చెప్తున్నాయి. సో దే చేంజ్ కలర్ ఫ్రమ్ బ్రౌన్ ఇన్ డ్రై సీజన్ టు బ్లూయిష్ ఇన్ ద మాన్సూన్ సీజన్. డ్రై సీజన్లో బ్రౌన్గా ఉంటాయి, మాన్సూన్ సీజన్లో బ్లూయిష్ కలర్లో ఉంటాయి. సో దే ఆర్ లెస్టిస్ పలోటి. సో damselflies are predatory aerial insects of order Odonata, more delicate than dragonflies. Dragonflies చాలా delicate ఉంటాయి. So it says that Lestis paloti are more delicate than that of dragonflies. Spread wing damselfly hold their wings in a distinctive V shape over the abdomen. So ఈ damselfly యూనిక్ ఫీచర్ ఏంటి అని అంటే వాటి అబ్డామెన్ మీద వింగ్స్ని వి షేప్లో హోల్డ్ చేస్తాయి. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద యూనిక్ ఫీచర్ ఆఫ్ ద లెస్టిస్ పలోటి. సో దే క్యాన్ బి ఎ క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ ద ఎగ్జామినేషన్కి. సో రీసెంట్లీ ఇన్ వెస్టర్న్ ఘాట్స్, కేరళాస్ వెస్టర్న్ ఘాట్స్, విచ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫాలోయింగ్ damselfly species has been identified? Lestis paloti. Clear? So they often stay away from the water. They change their color depending on the seasons. Brown in dry season, bluish in monsoon season. So they are more delicate than dragonflies. They have a distinct V shape over their abdomen. They make a distinct V shape, hold their wings in the V shape over their abdomen. Okay, so these are the specific features of Lestis paloti. Next, moving forward, we will see about a very good scheme which the government has come up with, parivartan. So the term itself indicates parivartan, which means change, right? The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. See, remember, any scheme, when we are studying any scheme, so we need to first focus on which ministry is doing that. The second thing, we need to focus on budget, how much budget has been allotted. And the third thing, we need to focus on target people. Okay, so for whom the actual scheme is being targeted. So first one, ministry. So which ministry is a scheme being conducted? The second one, budget. Clear? The third one, we need to focus on years. So till how many in the sense, what is the scheme prolonged period? Either it may be 27, 28. So when it is going to end? So when it is going to end? So the next one what we have is, the next one what we should focus is target people. So whom it is targeting. So these are the key features when we are to study any scheme. So either it may be Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, either it may be ethanol blending, either it may be electronic vehicles, whatever the scheme which the government is planning to launch, we need to first focus on which ministry is actually doing that scheme. So in various exam, even in UPSC, every year there will be a question on one or the other scheme which will ask you regarding the ministry, which ministry is actually doing that. Okay, so Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has approved guidelines for Parivartan scheme. So remember, be very patient. So let's see what's actual crux here. It aims to, so it only has given guidelines, remember, but the scheme is implemented by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. So Parivartan scheme is implemented by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, which is funded by National Capital Region Planning Board. National Capital Region Planning Board. So clear? So it is implemented by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, but Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has just given a guidelines. Okay, so has approved the guidelines. Ministry of Road Transport, which is funded by National Capital Region Planning Board. So it actually, what it is targeting, so what it is planning to do is that it aims to replace older polluting trucks and buses in the National Capital Region with BS6 as well as electric vehicles. So we know the level of pollution in the National Capital Region. We know the level of pollution in various major metropolitan cities. Yes, now it is a time, actually the right time, to actually shift all the vehicles from the traditional vehicles which are actually more polluting in nature to BS6 as well as electric vehicles. This is a need of the hour, and government has actually taken a good step by replacing the polluting trucks and buses in the National Capital Region with BS6 or electric vehicles. Clear? So which is implemented by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, funded by National Capital Region Planning Board. It offers motor vehicle tax concessions, registration fee waivers, 5% interest subversion on loans. So what are the provisions of the scheme? Tax concessions, registration fee waivers, 5% interest subversion. Okay, so the scheme is actually aiming to replace older vehicles with the newer version of vehicles, electronic vehicles or BS6 vehicles. So in the process of this journey, so during this replacement process, when they are planning to replace, here during the replacement process, government is going to provide concessions. So what kind of concessions? Key motor vehicle concessions, registration fee waivers, 5% interest subversion, and it provides an 8% discount on the original available market. So whatever the products are available from the, when we source the product from the market, originally the product which are made in the Indian land, and fuel voucher support for eligible replacement vehicles. It runs on an integrated digital platforms like Vahan, vScrap, Digi ELV, and PMFS. Okay, clear. So these are the target system. So these are the four aims of the parivartan. See which ministry is doing, what is the budgetary outlay. We will look into this, and so by what time it should be replaced. The government has not given the target year from which year to which year they will be actually replacing the older versions of vehicles with the newer versions of vehicle. It is implemented by Ministry of Road Transport, National Planning Board, and also tax concessions will be provided. So these are the provisions of Parivartan scheme. So remember the ministry, remember who is funding that. Okay, next we will be looking about Arun 3 hydroelectric project. So why did the government name Arun 3? So why, what is the uniqueness of the Arun hydroelectric project? The Arun hydroelectric project is quite important, as well as with respect to bilateral ties also. India's power secretary recently reviewed progress on SJVN's 900 megawatts Arun 3 project in Nepal. So what is 900 SJVN? It is Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam. सतलज जल विद्युत निगम. सतलज जल विद्युत निगम. Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam. So here the uniqueness of the project is the run of the river project on Arun river. So the name derives from the river Arun, so which is the tributary of Kosi river, which is the tributary of Kosi river in Sankuva Busha district, ఈస్టర్న్ నేపాల్. సో ఈస్టర్న్ నేపాల్లో ఉన్న ఒక డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో ట్రిబ్యూటరీ ఆఫ్ కోసి రివర్ అరుణ్ రివర్ మీద ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ని ఇండియన్ గవర్నమెంట్ బిల్డ్ చేస్తుంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ build own operate transfer by SABDC, a joint venture of India and Himachal Pradesh. So Indian government, central government as well as Himachal Pradesh has formed a joint venture, so under which it is going to build own operate transfer. So we will build, we will operate, and later we will transfer it to Nepal government. So will become Nepal's largest hydroelectric facility once it's complete. So Nepal is going to receive 21.9% of the power generated free during the first 25 years. So for the period of first 25 years, Nepal government is going to receive 21.9% of the power free. So remember this, very very important, how much percentage the Nepal government is receiving for free, and also for how many years, for 25 years and 21%, 21.9 percentage. Power will be exported from Dalkebar in Nepal to Muzaffarpur in India. So Dalkebar in Nepal to Muzaffarpur in India. Okay, clear? So Arun 3 hydroelectric project is a joint venture of Indian government as well as Himachal government. So which is actually operates on the process of build, own, operate, transfer, where Nepal government will be receiving 21.9 percentage of power generated free for the first 25 years. It is it is going to be the Nepal's largest hydroelectric facilities once after its bed gets completed. So this is all about hydroelectric project. So there can be a question in the examination. Arun 3 hydroelectric project is with which of the following countries? India and China, India and Bhutan, India and Nepal. Fourth one, India and Myanmar. So any of these can be in your exam. Okay. So be very precise and clear when you are reading this topic. Next, we will move on to another topic. Border Roads Organization. Border Roads Organization. So Defense Minister addressed the BRO Strategic Infrastructure conclave in New Delhi, stressing infrastructure role in modern warfare. So infrastructure is quite important for modern warfare. Now, not only for modern warfare from the ages. So infrastructure makes a major difference. Clear? So India's premier border infrastructure agency, established in the year 1960, fully under Ministry of Defense since 2015 and 16 2015. From 2015 and 2016, the premier border infrastructure institutions are under the control of Ministry of Defense. So motto of this institution is Stramina Sarvam Sadhyam. Everything is achievable through hard work. Everything is achievable through hard work. I think in UPSC CDC exam they have asked a question, what is the motto of Border Roads Organization? And in SSC CGL also, I think there was a question on this area. We need to remember what is the motto of Border Roads Organization. Build and maintains roads at across 19 states and 3 union territories and friendly neighboring countries. So the basic thing, I think you got my point. Border Roads Organization ఎలా వర్క్ చేస్తుంది అంటే ఇండియా బార్డరింగ్ స్టేట్స్ బార్డరింగ్ విలేజెస్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో విత్ our neighboring countries. So we are going to take the organization is going to build. It's already building and going to build a good infrastructure, which means good roads infrastructure along these areas, which includes 19 states, 3 union territories, and friendly neighboring countries. It is led by Director General of Border Roads under Border Roads Development Board chaired by Prime Minister. So, who chairs Border Roads Development Board? Which of the following eminent personalities chairs Border Roads Development Board? Prime Minister. It employs over 2 lakh local workers along the Army engineers and GREF personnel. So this is the entire crux of Border Roads Organization. Now we'll move into another topic. Okay, so koala. So very good topic for today. So Australian scientists are deep freezing koala eggs and sperm as a genetic backup against extinction. Okay, so there are several reports so which states that koala is going to be extinct. In order to answer this, in Australian scientists are deep freezing koala eggs. So it is the responsibility of mankind to preserve and protect the environment. So in response to that, Australian scientists are doing a wonderful job. So we need to applaud that job. It is an arboreal marsupial native to eastern Australia. Scientific name is Pascorolactus cinereus. Pascorolactus cinereus. So Pascorolactus cinereus. So is a species found in which of the following continents? So this can be your simple question in the examination. So because its eggs are being frozen to protect it from extinction, it is a marsupial. So arboreal marsupial. Basically marsupials ఏంటి అని అంటే సో బేబీ కంప్లీట్గా మదర్స్ ఊంబ్ లోపు డెవలప్ కాకముందే డెలివరీ అవుతుంది. సో విచ్ మీన్స్ ప్రీమెచ్యూర్ డెలివరీ. So once after the delivery occurs, so babies usually are stored in a pouch. Marsupial pouch. So example kangaroos. సో వీ హ్యావ్ సీన్ కంగారోస్ రైట్. సో ఈ కంగారోస్ ఎలా ఫంక్షన్ చేస్తాయి? సో వాటికి పౌచెస్ ఉంటాయి కదా, సిమిలర్లీ సేమ్ పౌచెస్ ఉంటాయి అలా బేబీస్ని స్టోర్ చేసుకోవడం కోసం. బికాస్ యూజువల్లీ they are going to have a marsupial pouches. It is a closest relative of wombats, the only living member of family Pascoriaceae. ఈ ఫ్యామిలీకి సంబంధించిన ఓన్లీ లివింగ్ మెంబర్ ఏంటి అంటే wombats. They depend on eucalyptus tree for food, shelter and safety from predators. Mostly they depend on eucalyptus trees. So they are solitary. They sleep up to 18 hours a day, very good amount of sleep. They're solitary, which means they live single, not in a groups. They don't move in a groups, but they are solitary in nature. They show sexual dimorphism, which means sexual dimorphism అంటే ఏంటి అంటే మేల్ బాడీ ఫీమేల్ బాడీ రెండు కూడా డిఫరెంట్ డిఫరెంట్ సైజెస్లో ఉంటాయి. లైక్ మేల్ బాడీ పెద్దగా ఉంటుంది, ఫీమేల్ బాడీ చిన్నగా ఉంటుంది. సో ఈవెన్ హ్యూమన్స్ ఆల్సో షో హ్యూమన్ డైమార్ఫిజం. సో సెక్షువల్ డైమార్ఫిజం. సో మేల్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ టాల్, females usually look shorter than males. So this is the exact definition of sexual dimorphism. So they are classified as vulnerable under IUCN red list. IUCN red list are vulnerable. So here we can expect a question from this area like, so recently, IUCN red-listed species which was vulnerable, which is in news. It X has been deep freezing by the Australian scientists. Identify the species, koala species. So, which Australian scientists are deep freezing koala eggs to preserve it from complete extinction. Clear? Moving to another, which is Malvan. Shallow watercraft. Indian Navy is set to commission Malvan anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft. Indian Navy is set to commission Malvan submarine warfare shallow water craft. Submarines, which means stay underwater. Okay, so the second of Mahi class ASW shallow watercraft built indigenously by Cochin Shipyard Limited. So ఎవరు బిల్డ్ చేశారు? ఇది ఫస్ట్ క్లాసా, సెకండ్ క్లాసా, థర్డ్ క్లాసా? They can ask you the questions. And it is named after historical coastal town of Malvan in Maharashtra. It displaces nearly 1100 tons and is propelled by water jets. It equips with torpedoes, anti-submarine rockets, advanced radar and sonar systems. Over 80% of indigenous content reflecting the Atmanirbhar Bharat vision. So, considering all these facts, so these are simple straightforward facts. ఈ straightforward facts ని consider చేసుకొని there can be a direct question. So consider the following statements regarding Malvan. So which of them are correct? It is the first of Mahi class anti-submarine shallow watercraft? Absolutely no, it is second class. Next one, it is built under the historic coastal town of Malvan in Maharashtra? True. So it is 50% indigenous and 50% for funded by US company. No, it is 80% indigenous content, which purely reflects Atmanirbhar Bharat vision. So this is all about Malvan anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft. Next, we will be seeing about a unique, wonderful country, India and Finland. So Finlands are the most happiest people and most freest press in the world. Yes, it is good to actually look at India and Finland how we are progressing. It discussed deepening economic trade and digital cooperation. Uh, Anytime any country is in news, we need to actually first look at the geographical aspects of the country. So where it is located, what are its latitude, longitude, extension, what is the climatic condition, what is the highest peak, so what are the major rivers in that. All these we have to look. So Finland is been in news from past several months. So we in with respect to that, we need to understand the geographical constraints of Finland. It is located in Northern Europe. It borders Norway, Sweden, and Russia. So among these three countries, it shares the highest border with Russia. So it was already asked in one of the examinations, SSC I think, Finland shares largest border with which of the following countries? Russia. Its capital is Helsinki. It is a member of both European Union as well as NATO. It is a member of both European Union and NATO. Its capital is Helsinki. It is known for extensive forest and roughly 56,000 lakes. Finland is also called as land of lakes. It includes the largest lake among them is Saima. Lake Saima. And its highest point is Mount Halti, which is rich in copper, iron ore, nickel, and cobalt. So, in the northern winters, with northern winters dropping to 30 degrees, it experiences severe climatic condition. It is well known that Finland education system is very well versed, and they don't have any examinations. People don't have to face homeworks, but they are actually progressing a lot with respect to education. We need to learn some things from them. Clear? So it is in Northern Europe, borders Norway, Sweden, and Russia. Capital Helsinki, both European Union as well as NATO, as well as it consists of 56,000 lakes, which includes largest lake Saima, highest point Mount Halti is rich in copper, iron ore, nickel, and cobalt. It experiences severe climate with northern winters dropping to minus 30 degrees. So, this is all about Finland. Clear? So, we will see a quick recap of what we have learned. Operation Southern Readiness, Cyclopsoriasis, Plastis Pallotti, Parivartan Scheme, Arun 3 Hydroelectric Project. Next, Border Roads Organization, we have seen Koala Genetic Backup, we have seen Malvern Anti-Submarine Shallow Watercraft, we have seen, we have talked about Finland as well as India deepening ties and Finland geographical constraint. So this is all the important crux which you need to remember for our examination, and daily a single task actually will help you to build your dream in a bigger way. So clear? So we will see few advanced questions which can be asked from these area. Consider the following statements regarding Operation Southern Readiness. It is a bilateral naval exercise between India and United States. So I already told you, with 40 different nations, not with United States alone. It is conducted in the ages of Combined Task Force 154, 150, 150 CTF 154. The combined maritime forces comprises more than 40 nations. Therefore, option 2 and 3 are right. We have discussed it very clearly. With reference to cyclopsoriasis, consider the following statements. It is caused by bacterium. So, sorry, I told you it is caused by parasite. Parasite is different from bacterium. It spreads through fecal-oral route. It can be treated with antibiotic trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. Right? So option 2 and 3 are right. Which of the following statements about Lestis paloti are correct? It is newly discovered species of dragonfly. No, I already told you it's not a species of dragonfly. It is the first new species in genus Lustis recorded in India since 1987. True. It inhabits scrub vegetation and laterite hillock, often away from water. So often away from water. We already discussed this. Next one, consider the following statements about Parivartan. It is implemented by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It is funded by National Capital Region Planning Board. It offers a minimum 8% OEM discount on eligible replacement vehicles. So here the work of you is in the comment section. Please comment to me. It is actually not implemented by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has given guidelines recently. Clear? So, but which ministry implements? Please do comment in the comment section that which ministry is actually doing that. Next one, with reference to Arun 3 hydroelectric project, consider the following statements. It is located on Arun River, a tributary of Kosi. Yes. It has been developed on build, own, operate, transfer. Nepal will receive 50% of power generated free of cost. 21.9% of power will be given free for Nepal, not 50%. Okay, therefore, one, two statements are right and third one is wrong. So, which of the following statements about the Border Roads Organization are correct? It functions under Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Okay, so Ministry of Road Transport and Highways లేదా వేరే ministry. So you do give a comment in the comment section. So which ministry actually takes care of Border Roads Organization? The motto is Shramina Sarvam Sadhyam. Shramina Sarvam Sadhyam. It was established in 1960. So both the 2 and 3 are correct. And let me know in the comment section. So which ministry actually implements Parivartan as well as Border Roads Organization are working under. So this is all for today. We had a wonderful MCQs, wonderful session on today's current affairs. So they are actually quite important for us to understand and learn to build our dream. Thank you so much. Have a good time.